All right, so about 2 weeks ago, I made a post about if you have a question regarding the golf swing, go ahead and ask it, or about the game of golf. And one of the questions I got was from my buddy Zach, and it's something that I know he's always been working on, trying to get more open at impact. And I definitely think that terminology is definitely important. Getting your hips a little more open at impact is key, because if we hit one with our hips like this, it's not going to be a very good result. You're going to flip more, misses will get weird, you'll lose distance, all those different things. But definitely I found it is also a buzzword. It's like everybody wants to get open, but the question is, are all the players on tour looking like that? No, the answer is no. So I think everybody needs to be to some degree open, but it just depends based on your game. The question is how much. All right, so the question though is, how do I get more open if I struggle with that in my golf swing, right? So there's a great drill I learned from one of the best teachers in Pennsylvania history named Ted Sheftic. And I'm gonna kind of make this a little bit my own way here. But he has this drill series about the pivot and opening up. It's great. But basically, my favorite part of that drill series was we spent some time together, just me learning from him a little bit. And he shared this, people typically struggle when they don't open well or turn their hips through impact pretty well. They early extend and their butt comes towards the golf ball and it stalls their pivot, right? So what he'll do is he'll teach when you step and when you turn, start your turn with this step, getting the left foot or your front foot pointing towards the target, but also step back. When you do that, look what happens, guys. Look, when I step back, my butt gets back. All right, now obviously I know that in the golf swing, can you do that? But it's a great drill, because what it's doing is it helps develop that feel of sitting that left hip more back as you start to turn, all right? So that's one of the big keys here. So I'm gonna do a little swing here, trying to feel that out. Here I'm gonna step, I'm gonna turn through. And so when I hit that shot, you're gonna notice my left butt cheek goes back this way and I turn through it. I'm clearing better, I'm getting more open. And this is one of the things I've talked to some physical therapists about, that it's called a closed chain, when your knee is trying to go this way, but your toe is pointing that way. This is one of the biggest issues in golf, where we're trying to pivot and turn, our knee's trying to get that way, but our toe is still pointing this way. I mean, that's big trouble for the knee, right? So when you set up to it, I actually recommend go ahead and set up with your left toe pointing more open like this, because it helps reduce how closed that chain really is. And that can cause a lot of issues when you're like this. I personally wish golf instruction was taught a long time ago. I wish they would have changed it. I wish they would have made it more like that, because when you slow down a throw, if I were to throw this golf ball, you're gonna notice the first thing that happens when I pivot is my toe opens, my knee follows, then my femur and hip follow, and then everything else follows. Right? Imagine trying to throw a ball where your toe is pointing this way and you go ahead and throw, like, you're not gonna get any power there, right? So it's so hard to sit here and do that. I mean, it's so unathletic. But if, like, when you're trying to throw a ball, it's typically that left toe goes first. You're here and then throw it, boom. If you look like from the bottom half, it actually looks like a golf swing, right? So again, the idea of this drill, I want you to swing with more of an open chain when you're doing this drill, by trying to get that left toe more towards the target, but also step back a little bit so you can feel your left hip get back. Again, I'm gonna go nice and slow so I can get the feeling. Again, I'm gonna go nice and slow so I can get that feeling. Step back, open, turn through it, okay? If you're an athlete that has played sports in the past, this is a great drill for you, because it keeps it athletic. And obviously, to dial it back, you just try to feel that left toe open, maybe open your stance a little bit, and try to really feel that left hip press back the same way it was when you step back. This is a great drill, and I'm so thankful that Ted Sheftic shared with me. This is honestly one of my favorite drills to share with somebody.